Hey all, it's Lynn, and I have something exciting for you. In the month of April, I am offering 10 free 45-minute one-on-one coaching sessions, no strings attached. So, this is for you if you have been listening to this podcast for a while and you're wondering, hey, could coaching help me? Yeah, give it a try. Or maybe you're struggling to make progress on your goals and you want a little bit of a nudge forward. Or maybe it's something bigger. Maybe you're contemplating like a big career or lifestyle change and you want to talk it out. So if you are still hearing this, that means a spot is still open for you. So to grab your spot, go to lynngrogan.com/free or click the link in the show notes. And feel free to share this offer with anyone else who might benefit. Again, the link is lynngrogan.com/free. You are listening to the Redesign Your Life podcast. I'm your host, Lynn Grogan. I'm a certified life coach, and each week I am going to help you take imperfect action toward creating a fulfilling and meaningful life. Are you ready? Let's go. All right, welcome back to the Redesign Your Life podcast. So today I'm going to talk about being in those liminal in-between spaces and what that might mean in terms of redesigning your life. So this is a topic that's top of mind for me right now, and I just wanted to share a personal story in case it's helpful for anyone else. So this last week was really tough for my family. We had to put our dog to sleep. She had a heart condition, and while we knew our time with her was limited, it also still felt so sudden and heartbreaking. And like loss has a way of putting your whole life on pause. And part of what I've been thinking about is, well, what does that mean in terms of redesigning your life after you experience loss? Especially when that loss also comes with a lot of unexpected freedom, like it did for us. And that's weird, right? Like pairing grief with freedom. And I hadn't really thought about it like this before, but my husband and I have always had pets. Our entire 10-year relationship has included the responsibility of caring for these furry little beings. We originally had 3 dogs, and now we're pet-free, which meant we've always had a regular routine of walking them, feeding them, playing with them, and worrying about them. And you don't really realize like how much time and mental energy is put on certain things until suddenly everything has changed. And then it's quiet and you don't quite know what to do with yourself. My mom also lost her dog this week, and we just talk about like feeling lost in this experience. So my guess is that if you are a human and you have been on this planet long enough, you have also had that experience with that lost feeling. And it got me thinking about that weird liminal space, the in-between space where you're navigating a big transition. And on the one hand, there might be some anticipation for what's next, or there could be, depends on what you're experiencing. But on the other hand, there's also often a deep sadness for what you're leaving behind. And I think sometimes, especially when it's a natural stage of life, like a pet getting older, or your kids graduating and moving on, or retiring from your job, or losing a sick loved one, we think we should be more ready. Like knowing that the life stage is approaching and going to happen should somehow make it easier. But the truth is, knowing something is coming doesn't mean that you are ready for it. And I'm going to say that again because I actually think I need to hear it, but maybe you do too. And I think it's important that knowing something is coming doesn't mean that you're ready for it or that you won't feel pain in going through the transition. I know I wasn't prepared for this. My husband wasn't either. We knew, like I said earlier, that our dog had health issues, very serious ones. But when the time actually came, it hit us really hard. Like we still hurt as much as if it had just come out of the blue. And you can't logic your way around grief. Like no matter how many stories you tell yourself about how it's going to be, no matter how much you try to prepare yourself for what's next, we don't get to bypass pain and grief. And what helps me is realizing, and I think this is part of why I wanted to share this personal story on the podcast, is that this isn't just my experience alone, isolated in the world. Everyone goes through seasons like this in their life. And there's almost like a kind of comfort, at least for me, in knowing that this is a shared human experience. So, as I have been reflecting, I have been thinking about family members and friends and clients who are in their own seasons of endings and beginnings, who may also be grappling with this really strange juxtaposition of sadness and grief, and also some newfound freedom. So it could be that you're like a recent empty nester, or maybe your youngest child is just about to graduate and you're about to have a house all to yourself. Or maybe you've been caregiving in some other capacity and you're no longer in that role. Maybe your loved one has passed away or they're in a care facility now. Or maybe you're retiring or no longer working and suddenly you find yourself with all this time freedom. It could be any number of things. But what they all have in common is that the daily rhythm and the identity of who you were in that context is gone, or it's completely different than it used to be. And it's worth remembering that a massive shift then is happening, and it's going to take some getting used to. So, as you may have noticed by this point, this isn't one of those episodes with like 5 hot tips on how to move forward. It's more like this invitation to sit in this space and ask yourself, like, what do I need right now? When I'm in this shift, when I'm in this transition, what do I need right now? What does my life look like, or what do I want it to look like in this in-between space? It's normal to want to listen to a podcast like this and look for some strategies in the hope that you can just bypass some of the hurt and healing process. But there's really no bypassing that part. We're supposed to navigate through all of these feelings and emotions. So if I could offer anything to you, it would be to allow yourself to be present rather than rushing to the future or to fill some sort of void, even if you want to avoid it all completely. For me, I've noticed this big desire to fast forward to the future. For a long time, my husband and I have talked about like how we want to do longer term international travels after our dog passed away. And now that we don't have a pet to care for, we suddenly can. And I've been feeling all these urges to like make plans and Google all these places. And really, it's, to be honest, just like a fun distraction. It's just a distraction for me. And this is where the pause can be helpful, is to notice that urge to take flight and to bypass where you are right now. And like gently remind yourself, nothing has gone wrong. If you hurt right now, it's just part of the process. And I will say, if this is something that you're going through too, it can be helpful to talk about it. I know it's been helpful for me to talk with some friends and family members about it this week, and not from this angle or idea of let's fix this and move on, but just to like name it and acknowledge that you're feeling pain and discomfort and that something big did happen in your life, even if you anticipated it happening all along. Sometimes just talking about your feelings and maybe also processing them, if that's where you're at, is the most productive thing that you can do. Sometimes what's most helpful is to just say, hey, I am feeling sad today, and that's okay. There's no rush to change or to be anywhere else than where you are right now. So, my friend, that is what I have for you today. Thank you for being here, and thank you for listening and letting me share this part of my journey with you. And if you are in a season like this yourself, if you're navigating loss or uncertainty, or you're in that kind of messy middle spot, I want you to know that what you're experiencing is very normal and human, even if you always knew it would happen. And if you are in a space right now where you want to feel supported, feel free to sign up with a free coaching call with me. I truly believe that we heal in community, and coaching is one of the things that you can do to help yourself heal. You can find the link in the show notes or on my website, lynngrogan.com. All right, my friends, that's what I have for you today. Keep going and being kind to yourself. Until next time.